Okay, so I apologize for how red my face is. It's really hot in my room right now because it's the middle of summer, but I can't turn on my fan because then we'll have static, and I've made that mistake way too many times. We are going to have to deal with the heat. Speaking of summer and such things, I started my sophomore year of college this week. Yay! So I thought I'd give a little synopsis of the week I've had so far. But as a quick camera side note, besides commenting on static and the eternal lopsidedness of this tripod, somebody's calling me. Hello?
As you have been pre-selected to receive a vacation with our all-inclusive bonus, you will receive a free 5-day, 4-night magical Orlando getaway, which includes your accommodations, Disney tickets to any Disney theme park. Now, I just need to ask you a few questions just to see if you qualify. Is that okay?
How'd you get my number?
Okay, great. Well, so our records show that you are at least 28 years old and that you still have a current credit or debit card, correct?
How'd you get my number?
I'm so sorry about that. I was having trouble hearing you. Are you at least 28 years old and have a valid credit or debit card?
I'm just curious on how you got my number.
Okay, that's no problem. I'm sorry to have bothered you, and I hope you have a good day.
Ah, thanks. I hope you do too. I'm at least 28 years old. That was the takeaway from that whole conversation. I couldn't tell. Okay, are those, I've been getting so many of those, and apparently it's like an issue in the area. I don't know what the deal is, but that could have been cool. I could have gone to Orlando. I think it's funny because if that's not animated or automated and that is a person, they have no idea that they just ended up on a vlog on YouTube. I think that should be a thing. I should just do videos, like start recording every time I get like a telemarketer instead of like hanging up immediately. Should be like, oh, camera side note. I have been trying to figure out how to make the visual appearance of these videos look kind of like the older ones, and I was shooting on my Nikon then, and I had a 35mm lens, and the way that bokeh'd was so pretty. And so I'm wondering how much or what lens to get. So maybe in the next few videos I'll try some stuff out. So the only problem is that car registration, car inspection, car insurance, gas money, books is really expensive. I also need to replace my windshield at some point, which I absolutely do not want to do because I can see fine. That's like the weird thing about having like adult money and adult responsibilities. I never thought in my life when I was like 10 that I'd have to spend my money on a piece of glass that goes on the front of my car. Huh. One day I'm gonna have to buy a refrigerator. Or one day I'm gonna have to buy a washing machine. So, synopsis of college minus my short bundle of life observations, which I keep to myself and then release and reveal on this magical vlog. Classes are going really well, and it's only day 2, and I'm kind of suspicious. Like, I think I'm being punked. The people in the classes that I've at least been around, because I've not really talked to anyone because it's only day 2, seem to be like cool people. Like my teachers are really cool, and the assignments so far don't seem that difficult, and even the difficult ones I am one of those people that if it's an assignment I like, I'm gonna go overboard and really enjoy it. In history, we have this pretty large project instead of like a midterm, which I'm all about. Like that's fine. I'd much rather do that than a test. We have to like write, well, we don't have to, but one of the things we can do for it is we can make a podcast or a 12-page screenplay. So we get to write a script about a historical event. My favorite genre is historical fiction, and I don't know how to write a script. So guess who's gonna do that in one take? Me! So, and a podcast is basically a vlog, just minus the visual elements of it all. Maybe I can convince him to let me do a vlog about it. I've done that on multiple assignments. That's actually how the vlog started. If you scroll down on my YouTube channel, and I'll link it below, it stopped putting corn in my sugar, and that's the first video I ever put on YouTube, and that was for an environmental science project, an AP class, junior year of high school. And that's how I started vlogging. And my teachers so far are really cool. In my English class, there's only 10 kids, which is so high school. So Longleaf, the class sizes were so tiny, and about 10 kids was about average. So I am hyped for some class discussions about literature. Also, poor planning on my part, kids. Buy your textbooks in advance. Also, fun little trick if you don't need an online access code, your textbook information. You copy and paste that I BSN number into Amazon book rentals. You can buy them used or you can rent them for super cheap. That is what I do for basically every book that doesn't require an online access code. And if it does require an online access code, suffer through and do the ebook because you can annotate it as well. That's my biggest money saver tip for anyone going into college. Do not buy your textbooks. I wouldn't even say do it through the college or like a textbook broker type place. Just get on Amazon and do it, and they'll just ship it to your house and then you just ship it back. Or you can buy it used, assuming they like have the book. But every book that I have needed for class is on there. Side note, that's what you should do for college. So I don't have my textbooks yet because I procrastinate buying things. I'm really good at putting my money aside. I hate spending, especially if it's online. If I put it in my cart, it'll probably stay in my cart. I won't buy it. Upon the mountain of adult things I was doing Wednesday, because I started this college on Thursday, was to get my car inspected and to buy books. So I did that and I got my car inspected. It passed. I'm happy about that because of the windshield. Wasn't sure if it would pass, and it passed. And my gear light on my dash is out, so I just count to figure out, and I can, like, I feel it now because I've been driving the car for 2 years. Vera's 2 years old, yay! I should throw a birthday party. If anyone wants to help me with that, that'd be great. See, that's another thing too. With college, I've been talking, not a lot, but I'm having to relearn how to talk to people, or I talk to kids. I'm like, where do I dial it down at? Where do I draw the line of communication in my train of thought? What do I say now? But that's good that I'm having this issue because now I'm finally talking to people. Other than that, I really enjoyed, in my film class, okay, that's what I was talking about, the class size. The film class is really neat, and there's 28 kids in there. 6 of them are girls, including myself. So the movie tastes are very different, but I'm kind of like, ladies, let's unite and talk about movies. Like, I need some female film friends, let's go. The director, and I'm good with this, but the director we're studying this semester is Wes Anderson. Last semester, he did the Coen brothers. The Coen brothers are my favorite directors right now, and it kills me that we're doing Wes Anderson because he is so indie, and that is so typical. And his movies are hit or miss. And my film teacher even did note this. He was like, I feel like there was a really dark, pretentious period of Wes Anderson. I was like, thank you. Thank you. Study him, and then we sprinkle bits in of film history and whatnot and how they're made, and we basically watch movies and talk about it. I haven't bought the textbook on that because it's like $118, and I don't think we're gonna use it. I don't really know the point of the class yet, except to do what I just said. I don't really know yet, but I'm very excited to find out. So yesterday on roll call, he would ask us our name, and he's very dry humor, and our favorite movie, and if he didn't like it, we had to answer a trivia question from a classic cinema Trivial Pursuit game which he got at a Goodwill in Wisconsin. And he mentioned that the Goodwills here in North Carolina are dry and not good, and I cannot agree with him more. It's pretty difficult if you want to find good stuff, but that's kind of a part of the fun, and when you do, it's very exciting and very rewarding. But I just was like, my film teacher's wearing Birkenstocks, the film teacher, and an English teacher, and he got a classic cinema Trivial Pursuit game from a Goodwill. That's fantastic! Oh, I love it. And Wes Anderson, yeah. I mentioned About Time, which is my favorite movie. He's like, I've not heard of it. What's it about? And I said, it's about a guy. Very funny moment. If you were there, I'm sure you would have laughed. And I talked a bit about it, and I didn't get my trivia question right. Nobody got it right. Today we had history, and that went well. I like my teacher. He's pretty cool. I think that pretty much sums up what's been going on. Oh, I lied. Here was the whole crux of the video. The history teacher. So we had to talk about something that interesting about ourselves. And I said, I'm a filmmaker. And then he threw me this question. What genre do you do? What? It hit me. Oh my word. He's like, what kind of films do you make? What kind of films do I make? I was like, oh, I do like YouTube and like church stuff, like weird music videos. And I just felt like everyone looking at me, and I was like, they're gonna think I'm a fake. They're gonna think I'm lying about making movies. I don't know my genre. And I know there's movies I want to make. I don't know what kind of genre I do. Mundane stuff with fun, quirky music. That kind of goes back to the film teacher. He was like, well, each director kind of has their own style. Wes Anderson, you know his style. Coen brothers, you know their style. Quentin Tarantino, which he notably said was not the best director, and I couldn't agree more. And he was like, if any of you mention a Steven Spielberg film, I need you to leave. And I just thought that was so funny. Not by popular opinion, I know. What films do I make? And I might take him up on this challenge. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Alright guys, that's pretty much a wrap on what's been going on so far. I have painting on Monday, which I'm really excited about. Oh, I love painting. If you can see in the background there, I've got a painting going, and I'm trying to paint clouds. It's not working. I'm gonna have to Bob Ross it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. What kind of films